Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. As you can see, the market is pretty flat right now as we're still waiting to get some kind of action that will spark a move higher and hopefully begin a push towards $10,000 for Bitcoin at least. From there, we can expect a bigger breakout, but we first need to start climbing back towards $10,000 before we start seeing any kind of bigger move. And I'll cover everything during the technical analysis in more detail. Right before I get into some news pieces, make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates, and also check out my premium content for monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities. Link to both those things in the description of this video, and let's get started with some news pieces here. So first off, the VC firm behind Snapchat is actually looking to increase its crypto investments. And this is just interesting because it's yet another example of some of these mainstream players that are taking interest and want to begin investing in crypto. We're seeing more of this, and it's probably not going to end here, right? This is just the beginning, in my opinion. Other very big piece of news today, actually this week in general, was that Steve Wozniak compared Ethereum to Apple. And basically what he said is that Ethereum interests him because it can do things and because it's a platform, obviously, with decentralized applications. And that is a big selling point for Ethereum. I think that it's not a question of a competition between Bitcoin or Ethereum. I think both can and do well and will do well in the long term. But what he mentioned here is that over time Ethereum can become just as influential as Apple, and can it grow as big as Apple? Apple is right under $1 trillion in market cap, and to be honest, I think Ethereum could reach those levels over time, right? That's obviously not going to happen overnight. It would take years for that to happen, but I don't think that's impossible, especially based on what can happen with crypto and how much the whole platform and community can grow over the course of the next decade or so. With that being said, let's get right into the technical analysis here. So Bitcoin pretty flat. We're a little bit above $8,000. For now, it seems like we're not going to see a drop below that, and we're going to be able to maintain above this uptrend line no matter what, and that's what matters. So for now, we're waiting to just move a little bit forward here, get closer to this uptrend line probably, and basically the trajectory that we should be moving in is between these two pink trend lines over here in this uptrending channel. That's the range that I think we'll be moving higher in as we take some time to get back towards $10,000. At this point, it does look like that will take, at least a couple weeks, I think, a few weeks nonetheless. And as for the indicators, we're still waiting to see some flattening out there because we're still in a little bit of a downtrend on the indicators. Let's take a look at Ethereum next, see what's going on. So Ethereum is currently right at $690, so a little bit above $700. There is some resistance there, but we're hanging around that area, which is fine. And once again, we are waiting for those indicators to turn back up a bit. But our Bollinger Bands are very flat, our middle band is very flat, so I think that we're going to see some consolidation around where we're at now for the time being. Basically, anywhere near where the two Bollinger Bands are at is most likely we're going to consolidate, and a little bit of a clearer range for that would be $700 to $764. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin next, see what's happening. So we're going to go over to the Coinbase chart here. And Litecoin is currently sitting at $134. We have some support at around $135, and we don't really want to start moving below $130 because at that point it puts us at a greater risk of moving back towards $100, which we of course want to avoid. For now, we seem to be holding up well enough though, and as long as we don't start moving below $130, I'd say there's not too much of a reason to be worried here. It's just in a little bit of an area where there's less strong support than Bitcoin and Ethereum, unfortunately. But like I said, for now, as long as we're above $130, we're still fine. Let's take a look at Nano. Now, Nano slightly got a slight move below 70,000 Satoshis. We're holding it pretty nicely. I think that if we see a bit more weakness, we could move down to 60,000 Satoshis. As long as we don't move below that, we're still okay, and it'll be a double bounce at the worst, so that should be fine. Really, just any move below 60,000 Satoshis, that's where it gets a little bit more bearish. Let's take a look at NEO and see what's going on. NEO got some bullish news recently, and let's see how that affected the price. So still pretty flat right now. We're right below $59. Of course, that $60 mark is key, and I'd like to see it get back above that level pretty quickly. Otherwise, I think we could start moving back towards $50. So we'll see what happens. But for now, definitely a lot of downward pressure from the Bollinger Bands and the middle band, and not the strongest price action. So we could see a little bit more of a drop. However, if we do manage to get back above $60 here over the next 2-3 days, then we most likely will have avoided moving down towards $50 or even $40. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens next, see what's going on. So we're going to go over to the Binance chart. Now, Stellar Lumens is pretty much in the center of its range between 3,500 and 4,000 Satoshis. It looks like we should be able to hold up around where we're at now for, a bit longer. And overall, I don't think we're going to be moving below 3,500 Satoshis. So as long as that doesn't happen, we're still okay here. Let's take a look at, let's see, next cryptocurrency is going to be Vertcoin. I believe one of Vertcoin's bigger exchanges called VertPig also reopened today. I saw something about that. So that's, of course, always bullish news, but price still pretty flat here, still pretty weak. This is, just because of the market conditions, right? We're in a little bit of consolidation right now, and it's probably going to last a couple more weeks, I'd say. So I wouldn't expect anything too major to happen unless there's some kind of news event that would trump the technicals here. But for now, we're right around $2.20, and we're probably going to stay around this area for a bit more time. Let's take a look at Lisk next, see what's happening. So Lisk is currently, let's see, right above $10, which is good, right? We made our way back above $10. We were able to avoid a drop below that, and we actually made our way out of our longer-term downtrend line. This is the second time that we attempted that in the short term. And I think that this time it will hold, right? Meaning that we won't re-enter the downtrend, and that we'll be able to at least remain above $10 and then hopefully even start climbing a little bit higher over the next few weeks. But at this point, I think that we have avoided a drop below $10, which is actually a really good sign here. And we even have some flattening out on the indicators. MACD slowly but surely turning back up, which makes me think that, like I said, over the next 3-4 weeks, we could even start to move higher towards $15 again if the general market allows it. Let's go ahead, take a look at Cardano and see what's going on. So we're going to go over to the chart here and let's see what's happening. So Cardano is trickling down below 3,000 Satoshis. For now, not any kind of sharp price action, which is good. Just a very slight downtrend. And it does seem like we're coming up on some support here near 2,900 Satoshis. So hopefully we're going to start to see things slow down as far as the drop is concerned and maybe just start consolidating this area. I'd say I don't really want to see the price start moving below 2,700 Satoshis because that's when we would be at a bigger risk of seeing, some kind of bigger drop. But the indicator seems to be flattening out a bit here, so I think we will avoid, any kind of bigger drop. Let's go ahead and take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is IOTA. And IOTA is currently, let's see if I can get over to the, is this the right chart? Yeah, Bitfinex chart. Just going to zoom out a bit here. So right now, we're pretty much trading right in the middle of our levels between $1.47 and $1.91. Two very important levels, and we've already built up a bit of a base in this area, so I do think we're going to manage to hold above $1.47 and basically, keep strengthening that base that we already created in the past here where we had our past consolidation, and then, hopefully start moving higher from there. With that being said, this is the end of this daily crypto update. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.